we just gonna, how do we handle that? Just,
Mr. Fails?
I looked at them and I'll make a
You-
motion.
you make a motion?
I was here for the meeting. They look
John,
good
you're
to me.
making a motion, correct?
I'm making a
Okay,
motion.
a motion from Mr.
I'm
Fail. I
just
second
defending
it.
my motion.
Exactly. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Item number 1, new business. We've got approval of disbursement for District 2 improvement funds for para. The total is $2,000. Any discussion about that?
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 1 is approved. Item 2 is approval of a disbursement from District 2 Improvement Fund for Alpha Chapter Youth
Motion.
Clubs of Tuscaloosa County, total of $1,000. A motion. Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 3 is approval disbursement, District 2 Improvement Funds for Bridge Builder Friendship Foundation, total $1,500. Do I hear a motion?
Motion, I'm sorry.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 4 is approval of the disbursement from District 2 Improvement Funds for Central High Men's Basketball. The total is $1,000. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
A motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 5, approval of disbursement from District 2 Improvement Funds for Central High School Auxiliary. The total is $1,500. Do I hear a
Motion.
motion? Motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 6, approval of disbursement from District 2 Improvement Funds for Jeremiah's Garden. Total $1,500. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 7, approval of disbursement from District 3 Improvement Funds for Verner Elementary. Total
I have
is
some
$2,500. What questions would you like
What are they
answered,
gonna
Mr.
do?
Fail?
School stuff?
Yeah, school
Okay,
stuff.
I make a motion then.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 8 is approval of disbursement from District 3 Improvement Funds for Rock Quarry Elementary School. The total is $2,500.
Motion.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 9 is approval for disbursement of District 3 Improvement Funds for Northridge Middle School. Total is $2,500. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 10 is approval of disbursement from District 3 Improvement Funds for Northridge High School. The total is $2,500. Motion.
Second.
Say,
Motion.
all in favor say aye.
Aye. Getting
You
confused.
gotta help.
Item number 11. Are you with me, John, still?
More or less.
Okay.
Kind of
Approval.
like our foreclosure sale, everything must go.
Credit. Wait a second. Approval, disbursement District 7, improvement funds for Elevate West Alabama. The total's $5,000. Councilman Lanier, would you like to tell us about Elevate West Alabama?
I'll vote.
Yeah, Elevate West Alabama is a mentoring program, a cross mentoring program where you have, that's set up in Central High School right now. They cross-train mentors there to mentor the kids at University Place and Central Elementary.
They're one of the only organizations really in the Southeast that has a peer mentoring model.
It's good.
Where they train high school students to mentor
help.
middle school students.
Good.
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
they also train their mentors to work with the high school
Sure.
students. So they're the only peer mentor model.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
11, item 11 is approved. Thank you. Item number 12 is general fund budget revision number 3. Carly. Thank you.
I'll move from there. I like finance.
Do any other council members want to put any other options for district improvement up for consideration? Because they seem to be flying today.
Basically, I think it's good we're having a line of credit. It's
Well,
all good.
no, let's not go there. Okay, so general fund budget revision number 3. This one should be pretty easy. If the council will recall, the TPD will receive certain equipment from military surplus that they receive it free of cost. They are allowed to use it for a certain number of years, and then we can sell it at auction. Any of the sale proceeds that we get from that military surplus equipment must then be used back into law enforcement. So we segregate that money, and sometimes TPD will ask us to be able to activate it to be able to purchase certain equipment. That is what this budget revision is for. There's a total of $393,000, and then the attachment in your agenda item will detail out all of the equipment that they are requesting to purchase and their price amount for it.
Questions, committee member?
I don't have any.
Got a motion?
I got a motion if you want.
I'll second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. Item 12 is approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have a question, not about this,
Yes, sir.
but what about the helicopters? Are we-
They have to go back to 1033 program.
That's what I thought.
So other agencies.
That's what I thought.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Item 13, approval of contract with the arbitrage group for arbitrage earning determination. Carly?
Yes, sir. So every year, in regards with our audit procedures, we engage the arbitrage group to do arbitrage earnings calculations. Arbitrage basically is an agreement that we have with the federal government when we release debt that is considered to be non-taxable. We are not allowed to earn money more than the amount of interest expense that we are paying to the bondholders. And so the arbitrage group will come in and do projection calculations for us to say whether or not this debt issuance or that debt issuance is on track to earn or be required to pay back arbitrage amounts for each issuance. We contract with them annually, and we are required to disclose that we do this within our financial statements. This year is the price for the arbitrage group is $1,500 per issuance, which is the same that it has been in prior years. We have, I think, 7 issuances that we're covering this year. And a couple of those are the newer issuances that we just did. They'll even be able to project into the next couple of years whether or not they're going to be a problem for us. And problems really come about. We have had arbitrage rebate payments that we have had to make in the last couple of years. I think this last year we had about $12,000 that we had to pay back to the U.S. Treasury, basically because we borrowed money at a lower interest rate than we're earning in the interest-bearing accounts that money sits in. The way that the markets flow, sometimes that just happens. But we usually pay that amount out of the interest earnings, so the city is actually not out any cash.
Out less interest.
Yes, we
Earned interest.
just paid out the earned interest, correct. And
Government
so
gives money.
we are just asking
close.
to execute the annual agreement with the arbitrage group, and the amount to pay for this contract is within A&S Outside Services.
Very
Probably a
good.
longer explanation than you
That's
want.
very, very thorough explanation. Do I hear any questions from committee members? I think that's
No.
pretty self-explanatory. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Committee member. Motion, second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Raven, you're back. Please come vote. All right. Item 13 is approved. Item 14 is Noah's Ark funding discussion. Thank you, Carla, for this.
And I have a handout for this one too. You know we love a handout.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
And a spreadsheet.
Well, there's a table in this one. I want to say it's a spreadsheet this
Okay.
time.
Again, can we put one for
We
Mr.
sure
Busby, and
can.
we'll put that on his desk.
Okay, so a couple of months ago, when we were discussing the Noah's Ark 2.0 funding, the mayor's proposal detailed out a 2-phased approach. Really, the beginning phases to start design and planning procedures for the individual projects that were chosen, and then a large debt issuance a couple of years into the design process when we really know what those project cost estimates would be in the future. We penciled in about $15 million into the phase 1 approach, and then the full debt issuance would be about $50 million that we would then use to reimburse us for the $15 million that we use early. And so Mr. Busby asked for a couple of options about how to accomplish this, and those options are detailed really in front of you. You know, the easiest option really is to discuss a line of credit. We have a couple of banks that we work with pretty closely that we have some preliminary conversations with just about what the rates currently are. Please know that for any line of credit that we will issue, we will have to do a full RFQ process. And so that will add to a timeline consideration. But just knowing what the rate market looks like currently, we have gotten about a 3.91% quote on what the market is holding at the moment. If you take that 3.91% and you factor it over a gradual usage of a $15 million line of credit over about 30 months, Over those years, it looks like we would pay about $782,000 in interest that we would need to budget within either Elevate or the general fund to be able to pay for. Now, we can juxtapose that with the idea that we do have some large projects that are earmarked, that are sitting in Elevate, that are not yet active. They're still in the planning process, and they will not be active for at least another year, possibly a year and a half. Total amount, especially within the University Boulevard project, which is really the largest one that's sitting in Elevate, University Boulevard West portion, so the campus side portion, has about $4.4 million sitting in it that we will not need until the middle of about 2027. So we could use that cash early on for the Noah's Ark planning process and design process in order to not incur the interest expense for the line of credit. Now we do have an opportunity cost with that. We could invest those funds in some interest-bearing accounts, and we would earn possibly about $300,000 per our projections now. Obviously, the interest market will do crazy things between now and then. I can guarantee you that. So that really is just our best guess estimate at this moment. So really my recommendation to the committee is to use the cash, use the $4.4 million that we have kind of set aside for early design costs. And then when either that money runs out or the University Boulevard West campus portion is ready to bid, we will then take out our line of credit if necessary. Or maybe we are far enough along that we could just do the full bond issuance for Noah's Ark at $50 million.
And then pay the money
And
back.
then pay us
the
back.
money back.
Correct.
Something to, I think, for the committee and really the council to absorb. But to me, it kind of makes, I gotta think about this, but to pay less interest expense, you've got opportunity cost, I get that. But I would delay doing that line of credit until you have to do it, right?
That
I
is
mean,
my
is that kind of what you're
recommendation.
thinking? I mean,
Yes, sir.
But I think that's a great fallback. We would never probably have to borrow as much money in a line of credit if we do that. I don't think. We still may have to, because we need to get these projects rolling.
We do.
So, but
If you had to, you could always go back and borrow money.
that's right. But I mean, I would think the last thing would be a line of credit, but I mean, I think that's actually like what we talked about initially when we started talking about this. That's probably could have to happen, and it might not, depending on the timing, right? What you're
Correct.
basically
It just
saying.
it really
Because
depends
we-
on how long it takes to plan the drainage
'Cause-
projects and then where University Boulevard campus portion
And
really goes.
Because that way, none of the construction is delayed.
Yeah.
Of getting started. We should have enough money to do it, right?
Correct.
cash
And if we're going to walk down this path a little bit more, a couple more pieces of details to fill in. The funding that is the cash that's available to use within Elevate right now, we could activate by a reimbursement resolution from the council next week. Like I mentioned with the line of credit, there's a full RFQ process that you'd usually like to advertise for at least 2 weeks. You'd need a review of those RFQs, and then you'd have to come back to council to consider all of the options and then award. That could be another month in the process, which we are entering into holiday season. So maybe we could possibly work more with council meetings, but it's another consideration to add on to that we could activate really starting next week if we needed to.
But you would have, if the time came that we needed more money, you're gonna know in plenty of time where we don't really miss a beat. I mean, even if that
Yes,
was
sir.
next year, or next summer, or whatever, you come back and say, hey, we're running out of money, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
when you'd activate this, so that we don't miss any momentum in any of these projects, right?
When we do these scenarios, what we normally do is we will give the project managers, the engineers and the project managers a certain spend amount, and we will review what they do spend monthly with them. We did this with water and sewer with an $8 million picture, I think about 2 years ago, and we just did the bond issuance, and so that kind of helped us delay an extra $75 million bond issuance for water sewer and saved us a little bit of interest money on that. But generally what we do is we give them a spend amount. You cannot spend, you can contract, but you cannot spend on those contracts past this amount of money, and we will timeline out with all the contractors what they plan on invoicing us on that process.
Carly, in this, I mean, best case where we're sitting right now, when would you think that we would be going to the bond market for this total project?
For Noah's Ark, I think that the general idea was 2028.
It's pretty good.
See, Mr. Chair. But with option 2, we can go ahead and
Start now.
start now.
Yeah.
On both options, we can pretty much start in the next couple of months. Option number 1 with the line of credit, we might not be able to start for a month and a half, but with option 2, we can probably start next week. But either which way, we will start quickly.
But with option 2, we'll pay less interest, and we can start right now.
Yeah. There may be
Okay.
opportunity
I
cost.
like option
And
two.
just to
Councilman
repeat
Avery, that's
something
smart.
that's self-evident, not all drainage projects are created equal. Riggs Road, for example, may be a project that can be done in the next 12 to 18 months versus phase 3 of Cypress Creek, which is an $8 or $9 million project and will require a ton of permitting from the Corps of Engineers. So having that flexibility to move some of these projects forward, and if we can, utilize cash first, and then if we have to, use an LOC as a backstop. I don't want to hold up Riggs Road because we're waiting on Cypress Creek.
That's right.
And that's just an example, because your needs are immediate, and where we can solve problems, let's solve them in today's cost. So,
Agree with that.
I'm not a big financial guy, but number 2 makes,
I like option two.
I think that's
What
quicker.
little I
I
understand
think
of
it's
it.
quicker to the market
yeah.
than having to do the other and then evaluate, because usually, I mean, they do a great, I mean, it's gonna take them a little while to evaluate what we get and bring it back to the committee, and then we're gonna have to vet it, and then we're gonna have to do it. I don't have a problem with this. I would like to get, I mean, the chairman will weigh in. I can't see that he'd have a problem with option 2 either, but we can, I think we should move forward.
Okay, and that'll get us the, all of the preliminary stuff, the designs and all of that done.
So if next steps would be, if option 2 were to pass, the next step really would be that there's going to be a reimbursement resolution on city council agenda for us to do the full issuance for Noah's Ark, so the full $50 million, and that we would then reimburse ourselves when we do the bond issuance. It just allows us to do that. So then we will create the budget line items for OCE to kind of go forth and start who they want to contract with in engineering firms to do planning process. It would even allow us to do some right-of-way acquisition if we needed to. But so those would be next steps, would be reimbursement resolution and then budget creation for OCE, and then you would start to see OCE come to you with recommendations for contractors.
But if we don't move forward with this, it would be a while to have to go through that.
It'd be an
LLC.
extra month and a
extra
half. And again, holidays, what bankers are doing during holidays,
Yeah,
it's,
I think we should move.
Should wait
Huh?
should wait you out here.
Excuse me,
No, we
I
can't have
Stay
any.
focused, Chairperson. Stay
I
focused.
so want to gamble.
Stay focused.
I'm asking for it. I'm asking for it. Yeah, that's right.
No, but you are asking for it, but I'm not taking the bait yet.
Stay focused. Don't take it.
Exactly. No, I mean, serious, all joking. What other questions do we have for Carly? Because I think this is,
What do we need to do to move forward?
I think what I need to hear is a motion that we want to do option 2.
Motion.
So,
Option two.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
yeah.
Option 2 is approved.
I will bring the
Thank you.
reimbursement resolution back to this
Thank you.
committee
And-
next time.
And then would you help me
Brief Mr. Busby.
brief the chairman?
I sure will.
And
I like to call for suspension of the rules. Finance committee for-
what could we
It's-
do?
we're up to
There's gotta
adjourn.
be
It's too
some,
late.
it's scary when Bobby gets up. I don't know, we maybe getting in trouble. Okay, hey, thank y'all. That was a good discussion. Our next finance committee meeting will be next Tuesday, November the 4th. Is there any other items to be brought before this committee today? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion,
Second.